Hey everyone, it's Richard. It's what day is it? Friday, the 4th of February, 2022, and I wanted to give you a little update. Do you like my hat? Is the first thing. It's Kenny the koala. This was one of my Christmas presents because what do you buy for Christmas for the person who has just had a stage 4 cancer diagnosis? You buy them a hat. Or in my case, you buy them 174 different hats, which is great because it gives me a bit of choice and I can decide what hat I wear. But I'm wearing hats a lot more around the house at the moment because I'm getting really cold. So, I just wanted to just check in and say hello, and I really won't be very long. Today was quite a defining day actually because I had my PET scan. So my PET scan really is what my consultant says tells us everything we need to know. I haven't had one since October, so that was quite a while before the diagnosis. So really we have no idea, even between that and the diagnosis, what had changed, what had spread. Of course we know nothing since the treatment started. So I will get my results on Monday evening. Monday's the day, Monday the 7th, I start my 4th cycle of chemo. And Monday evening, the consultant is coming to see us to really give us the results. So, and it's really interesting because a lot of people have sent me messages today, which I'm really appreciative of. Actually, a lot of you send me messages a lot of the time, and I do my absolute best to respond to you, and I don't always. And I can't quite express how meaningful they are to me and how important they are for me to get. So please keep sending them. And so lots of you messaged me today to wish me luck and fingers crossed and what's the news, and I guess quite a lot of messages saying, oh, you must be very agitated and anxious, and there's a little bit in there somewhere, because I just don't know. But you know what the bigger part of me feels at the moment is that I really believe that in the last 8 weeks, because that's all it's been, we've thrown everything at this, from a clinical perspective and from an alternative perspective. I really think we've done everything we can, and fortunate to have Kelly in my life, who's kind of just found lots of different things that we brought in. So I think via diet, pharmacological, so through my drugs, through supplements, through other distant healing treatments, whatever you believe in or not, it doesn't really matter. But I think we've thrown everything at it, and I think what that leaves me able to do is to actually let go of it a bit and surrender and go, there's nothing else I can do. So this is now down to my body, down to what the cancer is doing. This is down to the universe and what the path is and what the path is meant to be. So in some ways that gives me a bit of lightness. I don't feel, other than that little bit of anxiety somewhere, but that might be the small child in me that doesn't know and wants reassurance. But the grown-up part of me goes, we've really done all that we can at this stage. So we'll see what Monday brings us. And I'll update you next week, of course, when we know, because that will inform the next few months of more chemo, stem cell treatment, the bone marrow transfusion, and the timeline for that. And of course, then other things like normal life, like getting back to just walking the dog and driving the car and doing some work and giving energy to the willow tree, whilst all at the same time continuing to take all of the messages from this, which is about my learning, that I need to look after this system first before I can serve any others. And that's going to be life's work. So So today was fine. I was going to do a little video when I came out of the PET scan, but I hadn't eaten for 6 hours and I hadn't had anything other than water to drink. And for some reason at the moment, it's probably something to do with my bloods. My extremities get really cold, and I came out and I was freezing and I didn't feel too groovy. And to be honest, I could not be asked to do a video. So I'm doing it now that I'm at home. The last time I think I did a video, I was in hospital, which was last week. I had my platelet infusion, and somehow, miraculously, whilst all my bloods had dropped, my neutrophils, my hemoglobin and my platelets, they've all gone right back up this week. Some up to their upper limits, and my platelets have gone up enough for me to not have another transfusion. So the doctor's a little bit confused as to why that is. But it's good news because it means I get to spend more time at home and less time in hospital. So this is my sweet spot of the month where kind of 10 days post chemo, I start to feel just a little bit more normal. Whatever the hell that means, I don't know. But I'm definitely feeling a bit better until I go back in on Monday. Today is World Cancer Day. And I'm a bit funny about world days for anything. I think it's a bit bullshitty because I think it really needs to be every day. But if it helps raise awareness, then that's got to be a good thing. And the theme this year is really about, care for all, equality, fairness. And I'm very aware how, the cancer journey is very unfair, hence the reason that we set up the Willow Tree. So some people get access to treatment very easily, some people less so. Some people, their struggles to get access is just beyond belief. And there are some people in countries who will just get no healthcare support. So that a value that's very, very strong in me around fairness and people having opportunities to get actually what should be quite basic. That feels very important. So that was really the basis for the Willow Tree, which was to find a way that we can bridge some of that gap between what feels quite fair for us. I feel like we've been quite fortunate to those that have a very unfair experience of it. And in thinking it through, we've got a few friends who are at various stages of their cancer journey and all very different. And I think, COVID's really stuffed stuff up with people's cancer journeys. It has delayed it. And I, in speaking to some of these people that we know, stuff's got very delayed for them. Things feel as though they've got missed. That's had a very direct impact on the level of their illness, which is significant anyway. But I think what we've just been kind of popping messages across to people, and they've gone, it's really, just they're really grateful that someone's reached out to them and said, how are you, and connected. Same as I said at the start of this video of how it's impacted me. But I think something that in the last couple of years that COVID has taught us about, we can't just be reliant on the systems. We have to take much more responsibility for ourselves, which means asking for help, which means asking for our support networks to be in place. And I think if you're watching this, and whether you're on a cancer journey or not, just check with yourself today about whether your support network gives you what you need, whether you access it, whether you are vulnerable enough and brave enough and naked enough to ask for the help that you want and need. And perhaps there are also people in your circle who have gone a little bit quiet. Maybe just check in with them. Maybe just ping some kind of text to go, you're in my mind. That when that happens, when people just come to your mind, I wonder whether you ever follow that thread and just check in with them. It's really, really important. And I've learned it in the last 8 weeks more than ever. So I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm almost at 10 minutes again. And I wish you a very happy weekend. And again, just massive gratitude for all that you do for us. The link to donate, we're almost at 60,000. We've got another 1,300 quid to go. So if you've got a spare 1,300 quid in your back pocket, please send it our way. But the link's in the first comment. I send you a lot of love from me, Kelly and Mia, and I will update you next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.